Hey guys, Chelsea here from Making Manzanita, and today we're going to talk about a fall cleanup checklist for your yard and landscaping. So, as winter approaches, it is now time to start preparing your yard for fall. Getting a fall cleanup lays the groundwork for a beautiful springtime lawn and yard. And trust me, if you tend to the landscaping ahead of the colder months with these checklist items, your springtime yard is definitely going to thank you. All right, let's jump in. The first item on our checklist is to rake or blow the leaves. So before the nasty weather sets in, you want to make sure to clear your lawn and your landscaped areas of any dead leaves. Now, it may sound obvious, but neglecting all those piles of leaves in your yard during heavy rains or snow can actually permanently damage your grass, which is expensive and time-consuming to repair. Plus, leaving piles of leaves is a haven for pests like bugs and mice and other small critters that you definitely don't want around. So to get the job done fast, you can grab a leaf blower like this and just blow the leaves all to one collection spot. And then you can either dispose of that in your yard waste, or in some neighborhoods you may find you have like a yard waste day where you can get rid of those. Next item is to clean up the garden. So after you've harvested all of your delicious crops, you still need to tidy things up a bit. You want to start by removing any trellises or other things like that, and then you can get rid of any dead or spent plants, any old weeds, old fruits or vegetables that you didn't collect, and just clear the space so everything is ready to go for the next season. Then you want to take some time and clean up your flower beds. So if you have flower beds, you want to make sure to remove any annuals that are starting to fade away, and then trim back any perennials so they can return lush and healthy next season. You also could take this time to divide up any spring blooming perennials or any overcrowded flowers as you may need. You can also add a layer of mulch around any of your plants before the first freeze, and that'll just help protect the roots and suppress any weeds. In most places, fall is also a great time to plant any bulbs, such as tulips or daffodils or other flowers that are going to come in and bloom in the spring. So this is a good time to do that. All right, next up on our checklist is to trim any trees and shrubs. You can use hedge clippers to do this and just cut back any shrubs or evergreens as necessary. Now, when it comes to trees, the best time to prune them is during their dormant season, which is usually after all of the leaves have fallen, and that usually is late fall or early winter, depending on where you live. If you live in a particularly cold climate, kind of like we do, the snow and ice can actually take down a dead limb out of a tree. In fact, this almost happened to us a few years ago. A branch was at risk of falling on our tree in the middle of a snowstorm, and Logan had to get up on the roof to remove it. So do yourself a favor and take care of this now. Next up on our list is to clean your rain gutters. So if your gutters don't have shields or covers, removing the debris out of those is absolutely necessary before winter sets in. You will find lots of twigs and leaves and other stuff up there, and that actually weighs down your gutters. It doesn't allow the water to flow out, and the water will pool up, and then if it's cold enough, it'll freeze, and then those rain gutters can come crashing down. So that's super expensive, and you don't want that to happen. This should be completed right after the last of your leaves have fallen, so usually that's later in the fall season. So as you are clearing out the gutters, also make sure to note anything that needs repairing before winter sets in. All right, next step, apply your winter lawn food. So fall is an ideal time to fertilize your lawn and make sure it just has all of the nutrients it needs to survive the freezing temperatures and will come back flourishing in the spring. So after you mow your lawn for the last time of the season, you want to apply a winter fertilizer, and that'll just help encourage a nice strong root system throughout the winter so it keeps your grass nice and healthy. So depending on where you live, you may actually not even have a dormant season for your lawn. But regardless, you want to fertilize your lawn in the fall time, and it's just going to help that grass regain its strength because it's been zapped all summer long by that summer heat. So this is the perfect time to do that. And like I said, mowing your lawn, you want to do that before you fertilize, but you want to mow it one last time. So once those temperatures start to drop, you want to actually lower the blades on your lawnmower to the lowest setting for that final mow. But be sure to pay close attention to the growth rate of your lawn because cutting that grass too early can actually harm it. So if the grass is still rapidly growing and the warmer temperatures are still around, you want to hold off for that final shorter trim. All right, so after you're done with mowing the lawn, you want to winterize your tools before you put them away. So you don't want to allow dirt or debris or other yuck to collect on your tools, and you definitely don't want to put them away dirty. So you're going to start by flushing any fuel out of your gas-powered equipment, and then you can also use a fogging oil to help prevent rust and corrosion on the internal parts. And then you can also coat your metal tools and blades with something like a rust stopper to avoid rusting before you put them away for the winter. And then while you're doing that, you just want to check everything, make sure there's nothing that needs to be replaced. And then once they're clean and dry, you can put them away for the winter. All right, next you want to blow out your sprinklers. So blowing out your sprinkler system is a vital part of preparing your lawn for the winter. That sprinkler blowout is a process of just pushing pressurized air through the pipes and just getting rid of all of the extra water that's in the pipes before you turn them off for the winter. So this prevents that water from freezing inside the pipes and bursting. We have an entire video that walks you through the entire process of doing this yourself with an air compressor. So if you're interested in checking that out, be sure to push this link here. And then the next thing, also kind of related to water, is covering those water hose bibs. All right, so just like blowing out your sprinkler system, you need to also cover any faucets on the exterior of your house before the temperature drops below freezing. So any unprotected water pipes can actually burst, and that would cause thousands of dollars in damage, and I know you want to avoid that. So to prevent that, you can just cover them with a bib, which is that styrofoam cap seen there, and it traps the warm air around the faucet and makes sure it doesn't freeze like this. And again, you just want to be sure you do that before the temperature drops below freezing. Next step, you want to do a perimeter check around your house. Just do a walk around inspection of your home and your property. And you should be checking for cracks in any of your brick or siding or stone. Take note of any areas that may need recaulking around your window trim or your doors. Repair any places that you see that might be letting any bugs or small critters in your home before winter. So no matter what climate you live in, the weather and just nature in general can cause areas to deteriorate around your home over time. So just be sure you're baking in some regular checks around your house to look for things like this so you can prevent sky-high heating and cooling bills. All right, last but not least, you want to store your outdoor furniture. So outdoor furniture is expensive, so you want to make sure you're taking care of it. You don't want to leave it like this to sit in the winter all winter long. While it is intended to be outdoors, it can definitely damage it, and it's not made to just sit in snow like this. So be sure to bring in any fence cushions or fabric covered items and just get those stored away. And then you can also use furniture covers like this to protect the furniture that you can't bring inside. That's the best bet there. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, just talking you through the things you need to do around your yard and your landscaping just to get everything ready for the winter and fall, which is coming. If you guys have any questions, be sure to let us know in the comments below. And then while you're here, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel and watch this video next. All right, we will see you next week. Have a great day.